All right, folks, what is going on? This is episode 492 of the First and Frame Rate Show. I am VF Baller. Over here, we talk about Georgia Southern and Atlanta Falcons football. We're going to talk about Desmond Ridder once again today. And I think this is going to be a very important situation that the Falcons are going through. I think this is like the beginning of a real quarterback regime, a real quarterback change. And I want to explain why this whole Desmond Ridder thing is or could be bigger than what a lot of people may want to make it out to be. And I also want to talk about why people aren't really vested into Desmond Ridder. Like, you got some people still looking forward to other quarterbacks down the road. I want to give you all of that and my opinions as we do this episode. If this is your first time here, welcome. I could be found on YouTube and Rumble. I'm also on Anchor, Stitcher, Spotify, Apple, and Google Podcasts. And I want to thank you guys for the numbers on the podcast side of things, even over here on the YouTube and Rumble side. Numbers are growing. This is a very interesting time for the Falcons. I don't think there's much to look forward to in the short term, but in the long term, we're really about to find out what this quarterback is about and how long he's really going to be, the head of this team. Because right now, this is his team for the short term. Before I get into that, I want to talk about BetUS. That is our affiliate link. Down in the description, if you click that link, put in $100, you will get a 125% bet book bonus. BetUS is basically a site where you can put wagers on games, events, players, a half of a game, a quarter of a game, even if from the NFL, the NBA, the MMA, World Cup is still going on. You still have college basketball that's going on, and we're about to have some bowl games for the college football season, postseason that is. So if you put down that $100, you get a 125% bet book bonus. You double your money off the rip, and you can put some wages down on a lot of these events that's going on. So it also helps the channel. So go ahead and check it out. Maybe you think about it, and hopefully you will go in there and start winning some wages. All right, let's go ahead and get into this. Desmond Ridder, this is his team. There's no doubt about it. This is his team right now. And what Desmond Ridder got going on here is a big opportunity to show not only the Falcons but the NFL what he's made of. And I think what Arthur Smith and the quarterback coach has done, I think they put him in a pretty good position to succeed. It just has to be executed on the field. And based on what we've seen with Marcus Mariota, it's kind of like an anomaly. We don't know if it's going to be the same thing, because Marcus Mariota was basically, a little different than what we thought it would be, because we're so used to seeing a lot of, aggressive play calling when Matt Ryan was here. Marcus Mariota's a little bit of change of pace. Desmond Ridder is going to be a little bit in between those two, the Mariotas and the Matt Ryans. So I feel like this could be a situation where Desmond Ridder could take this team to another level. Now, I'm not just talking about short term, because we have 4 games left. Even though the division is possible, it's possible that we can still win the division. I'm not going to sit here and say I don't see it happening. I think it's a really good opportunity, but I'm just going to keep everything reserved for, later on down the road. I already gave you an episode of what to look forward to the next 4 games, and it's a possibility that the Falcons could obtain that. But I just can't sit here and say it's going to be the case, because Desmond Ridder is still a lot of unknown. You really don't know what you're going to get. I expect slightly better quarterback play from Mariota, but you don't know. I really don't know if it's going to equate to wins. I believe it does, but I don't know that. So we're just going to have to wait and see what happens when they play against the Saints this Sunday, and see what kind of schemes, what kind of play calling, what kind of ability that Desmond has. And that's going to let us know and going to give us an idea of how things are going to be, for the rest of the season. And like I said, he's going to get an opportunity to take command of this offense, take command of this team. I don't think he's I don't think he's a game changer. I'm not a game changer. I don't think he's a game manager type of quarterback. They may have to do that to him to string him along before he can start trusting his instincts. But I think he's going to be able to take command of this team somewhere down the road. And I think they basically gave him the keys to that because of the fact that they just signed Woodside. They just signed Logan Woodside. To me, I feel like this is a situation where if something happens to Ritter, I don't think Coach Arthur Smith wants to go back to Marcus Mariota. I just don't. I don't think he does. That's why he signed another quarterback. Now, does that mean that's the case? No, I don't think that mean indefinitely that's the case. But it is an indication. And with Desmond Ritter, with all the intelligence they say that this kid has, the way that he processes information, the way that he was able to be a really good practice player as he was practicing for being a squad quarterback for not squad but the scout quarterback for other teams, and for him to process that as well as processing of, hey, you could be in the game just one play away, Mariota could go down, you could be out there having to actually play. And like I said, the quarterback coach, I did a live stream of this a while back where the quarterback coach said he's done very well learning things up to this point. So with the game being a lot of things that are mental, I think that they're going to put him out there because they feel like he's ready, and they see Marcus Mariota is just not really going to be the guy that continue to push this team where it needs to be. Now, fortunately, the Buccaneers did lose, and I know the Panthers are creeping up on us. We're going to have to win this game against the Saints, and we're just going to have to. And you look at the other games that we have the Buccaneers later on at the end of the season, those are two games that definitely are a must win. They have to win those games. So I want to see them win at least 3 out of 4, hopefully all 4, but those 2 they're going to have to win. And looking at what we have here, like I want to talk about the fan base, not too much in a negative light, but I just wanted to talk about them anyway because a lot of people in the fan base are really still looking forward to the next quarterback. Like they don't have much faith in Desmond Ritter, which is kind of disheartening because he has not played it down yet. I've heard some people say we still want Trey Lance. Why Trey Lance has been injured and hasn't produced that well. Why will we do that? Also, there's been other rumblings of getting a quarterback, in the draft, which the fact that this team does not have that much depth at quarterback, I'm not against it, but that's something that you're going to have to try to pick up someone down the road, 4th, 5th, 6th round area. You pick anybody before then, you're basically trying to tell Desmond Ritter that he may not be the starter or it's going to be hot quarterback competition, which really is not a bad thing. I'm not really against quarterback competition. If that's the case, I hope Desmond Ritter has the mental capacity to be up for the task and just continue to put in the work. Because I do feel like there's something to get Desmond Ritter here that actually could be something. There's something here that I feel that he could win some football games, but he probably could win some significant football games. Now, does that happen in the short term? I'm not sure. But the more time that he plays, the more repetition he gets. The games that go by, going into next season, you possibly being QB1 next season, and you're learning everything, and everything becomes routine because you've done it so long. I think he could be very successful as a Falcons quarterback. You get Kyle Pitts back, you get Desmond Ritter, you get Drake London, you get probably another receiver that goes on the opposite side of Drake London. You already got the running game. So if you're probably looking at a team with a handful of weapons that could do some things. All it just takes is the quarterback to be slightly better than what we had before. Because a lot of these one possession games we had was, negated because of, I ain't gonna say negated, but it was lost because of the poor quarterback play. One touchdown here, another, a completed pass there, or, you know what I'm saying? Or hell, even a field goal here or a touchdown there. You're looking at a totally different game at least 4 or 5 of these games. Can Desmond Ritter be able to pull that off when it's time? Or can the defense just try to, stymie what these offenses are doing. Because you got to understand, the defense is a lot of bend, don't break. The numbers don't tell it. You know, you got a lot of a lot of yards allowed, and the defense is giving up a lot. But with that, like I said before, the important stat on defense is the points. And if you hold a team under 19 or at the most 21 points, the Falcons with fairly good quarterback play, a fairly average quarterback play, could really be a problem, you know, for any team. With that defense the way it is, the running game the way it is, and you need Desmond Ridder to pull off 1 or 2 good passing plays at the right time, maybe 3 or 4, you know, I think that'll be a really good look. So this is Desmond Ridder's team at this point. You sign Logan Woodside. I know a lot of people are still sitting here wanting to draft a quarterback later, wanting to get Trey Lance, going to go get this guy, go get that guy. But I believe Desmond Ridder could shock a lot of people. I don't know if it's good or bad, but I think it could shock a lot of people. Hopefully he'll be able to do so and actually put some, you know, numbers up and actually get some production, because we need that. We need it, and I feel like we can make it happen. You know, we're just a few pieces away, and I think Desmond Ridder is a big piece of that. And I feel that at the end of the day, we could probably see this franchise have a different culture, move in a different direction, have things put in place so it could be a winning culture. So hopefully this could be one of the biggest, you know, additions with him being QB1, the biggest addition to change that culture and to have that culture. But only time will tell. We have to wait until Sunday and see how he plays. If you like this commentary, hit the like button, share this podcast, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Episode 492, we're 8 away from 500. Thank you guys for the support. I am on YouTube and Rumble. You also can find me on Apple, Anchor, Stitcher, Spotify, Apple, and Google Podcasts. Give me a 5-star rating on that Apple Podcast avenue or any other avenue that gives you a high rating. Give me the highest one available. Let people know what we're doing over here. Share this to anybody who wants to listen, who you think that'll find a little bit of interest in this podcast. And I just appreciate you guys. Bet US, click that link down in the description. If you want that sportsbook bonus, put some wages down and win some of that money. All right, y'all. I'm going to get up out of here. Thank you guys once again. Enjoy your Monday. You guys take it easy. You guys be blessed. Peace.